You want to start. You have goals. You have plans. But somehow, you can't move. Every time you try to focus, something pulls you back. A message, a dopamine hit, a distraction disguised as urgency. This is the invisible cycle that controls motivation itself. And until you understand it, you'll always feel like your drive disappears too fast. Today on Mindset and Motion, we talk about the dopamine loop and how to master motivation in our distracted world. To master motivation, you first have to understand dopamine. Dopamine isn't about pleasure, it's about pursuit. It's the chemical that makes you want to act, that fuels curiosity, persistence, and reward-seeking behavior. Here's how it works. Every time you anticipate something rewarding, a meal, a message, a goal, dopamine rises. Then, when you achieve it, dopamine drops. And that drop signals the loop to reset. That's the dopamine loop. It's the engine of motivation. It's what drives you to chase progress, not comfort. The problem? We've hacked the loop. Every ping, scroll, and swipe artificially triggers anticipation without effort. You get dopamine for doing nothing. When you flood your brain with these quick hits, you short-circuit the feedback system. The anticipation phase becomes constant, but action disappears. Your brain learns that the easiest way to feel rewarded is to seek novelty, not progress. That's why men today feel stuck. They're chasing stimulation instead of satisfaction. The dopamine loop is firing, but it's disconnected from purpose. In your brain, dopamine travels through a pathway called the mesolimbic reward system. It starts in the ventral tegmental area, a deep structure in your midbrain. It then projects to the nucleus accumbens, which evaluates reward. Finally, it reaches the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that makes decisions. In a balanced brain, these three areas work together. You see a goal, you act, you earn the reward, you reflect, you reset. That rhythm keeps you focused and motivated. But constant stimulation throws the loop out of sync. The signal never completes. You start things, but don't finish. You plan, but don't execute. You dream, but don't move. When the loop breaks, your baseline dopamine drops. Everything that used to feel exciting now feels flat. You don't enjoy the gym. You don't feel creative. You don't feel driven. That's not laziness. That's a neurochemical hangover. Every time you chase quick pleasure, you raise the peak but lower the valley. Eventually, the valley becomes your new normal. That's why focus feels harder. Why effort feels empty. Why scrolling feels easier than building. To master motivation again, you have to rebuild the dopamine loop from the ground up. This isn't about quitting everything that feels good. It's about reconnecting reward to effort. The goal is simple. Make dopamine work for you, not against you. Step 1. Reconnect anticipation to effort. Start by linking anticipation with challenge. Instead of chasing instant rewards, build anticipation around meaningful goals. When you visualize a workout, a business target, or a habit, your brain releases dopamine in advance. That chemical anticipation fuels consistent action. So use it. Plan, visualize, commit. Step 2. Delay rewards. The longer the delay between effort and reward, the stronger the learning signal. When you work hard and wait for the payoff, your brain strengthens the effort-reward connection. That's how self-discipline becomes automatic, through repetition of earned pleasure. Every time you resist instant gratification, you're reinforcing neural strength. Step 3. Track progress, not peaks. Motivation isn't built on emotion. It's built on measurement. Dopamine responds to feedback. When your brain sees progress, it rewards persistence. That's why journaling and tracking habits work. They provide visual proof of momentum. Your brain learns. Progress equals reward. Step 4. Manage novelty. Novelty spikes dopamine, but too much novelty destroys focus. Use it strategically. Rotate your workouts, learn new skills, try new environments, but within controlled boundaries. You're feeding curiosity without feeding chaos. That balance keeps your dopamine loop dynamic and sustainable. Step 5. Redefine pleasure. The final step is to redefine what pleasure means. Pleasure isn't escape, it's engagement. The most rewarding dopamine hits come from effort, presence, and mastery. When you start finding pleasure in discipline itself, you've mastered the loop. When your dopamine loop is balanced, you unlock something deeper. Flow. Flow is the perfect synchronization between challenge and skill. Dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin align, and your brain enters full engagement. Time disappears. Doubt disappears. Only execution remains. That's the highest form of motivation. Not hype, but harmony. The dopamine loop mastered leads straight to the flow state. Most men chase dopamine. Few command it. They wake up reacting, scrolling, consuming, losing energy before the day begins. But the man who understands the loop controls his destiny. He doesn't wait for motivation. He creates it. He knows that dopamine isn't the enemy. It's the signal, the spark, the start. When you learn to master that spark, you stop chasing meaning and start building it. Control dopamine. Control drive. Control destiny. Thank you for watching today's video. If this message moved you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, growth isn't a moment, it's a motion. Subscribe to join the journey and hit the like button. And until next time, keep your mindset strong and keep moving forward.